Hey, welcome back. This morning I am going to be finishing up this collaboration with Jason Lonin. In the last video, you saw him do these awesome handles. Now all I need to do is clean up the axe heads, sharpen them, and be finishing out the Damascus steel that's on the edges here. Let's go ahead and get started. Right now I'm hand sanding the edge of the axe, and I probably shouldn't look at the camera while I do this because I'll cut my fingers off. It's really sharp already. But I just came off the disc grinder with 600 grit, and now I'm actually using the scraps of that sandpaper that I put on the disc grinder. So I'm hand sanding with 600 grit, going in this direction, whereas when I use the disc grinder, the lines are going this direction. So all I need to do is get the lines going this way and start the etching. This doesn't take long at all when I use the disc grinder, because we can take that up to a really high grit straight off the grinder. That's really the benefit of a disc grinder. It's harder to do on a belt grinder, so it minimizes my hand sanding time. You can see this bevel's almost already done, and I've been doing this for like 30 seconds while talking to the camera. Alright, so I just finished this first side here on the big one, and all the lines are going this direction, nice and clean, ready for the etch. Time for side number 2. Thought that would cut it off, but it didn't.
There's a hammer.
You never know.
Why don't you grab that axe back there?
That is smart, Jacob. That's why I keep you around. We're going for the first etch here. And we're going to do multiple etching cycles. This is a really diluted mix. I think this is like 3 parts water, 1 part acid, or maybe even 4 parts water, 1 part acid. So it'll give us a slower etch, but it'll be a cleaner, more crisp etch. We'll sit this in here for about 10 to 15 minutes, take it out, do some sanding, and do that multiple times. But you should already be able to see the pattern a little bit now at this point. Need to take the lid off. I'm gonna get one of my crash axes. Yeah, kicking it's not gonna work. Got it. This is being shown just. Ooh, I don't think that'll work. That bucket that we cut open was used for stain, and I thought maybe that it would work to boil the instant coffee in for the final finish on the Damascus, but I think that there's too much stain that's left in there and it would interfere with the coffee. So we're gonna go into town really quick and try to find like a culinary stainless steel pot that will be big enough to fit those axe blades in, because that large axe blade is over 6.5 inches wide. It's pretty big. Right now I'm adding the instant coffee to the water, and that needs to boil before we put the axes in. The reason I've got these axes in instant coffee is to make the contrast a little bit more defined in the Damascus. So when we etch it, what I'm doing is creating the topography between the layers, which actually allows you to get the contrast. And then I buff it to make it really shiny, to make it look really high end. But the buff takes away the darkness that the acid gives us. And when we put it back in the acid takes away the buff. So in order to get the buff and the contrast, we use instant coffee, and it won't affect the buff, but it will create the contrast. These just came out of the coffee etch, and as you can see, there's a lot more contrast now than when they first went in. So I'm just gonna do a final cleanup on these axe heads, sharpen them, and put them on the handles. We made these axes primarily for the Blade Show. This axe will actually be for sale at my table in Atlanta at the Blade Show. However, for those of you that are not able to attend the show, this axe we will be selling online on my website as a raffle. Tickets are $20, and there's no limit to how many tickets you can buy. We are limiting, though, the overall amount of tickets to 250, which gives you a fairly good chance of getting an axe that's completely custom, one-off collaboration between two makers. The raffle for this axe is going to begin on Sunday, May the 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The raffle will be through my website, which is in the description below, hoffmanblacksmithing.com. Go to my store and you'll see the raffle tickets. If you're watching this video right when it's come out, then the raffle is live right now. If you want a chance to own this axe, I would recommend going over there soon. Tickets may not last long, as I'm only having a total of 250 tickets on this axe. This directly goes to support Jason and myself. We really appreciate anyone who is helping out and supporting and purchasing a ticket for this axe. If you enjoyed watching Jason and I both make these axes, then please let us know so in the comments below. We love reading the comments, and liking the videos always helps as well. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, especially when we're doing raffles and things like that, where you want to be notified soon after the video posts, be sure to turn on the notifications with the bell down below so you get those videos right when we post them. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.